Phone rings in the middle of the night. My mama says, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. But girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, they wanna have girls. They want. They wanna. My forehead's super sweaty. Oh my god. They wanna have fun, girls. They wanna have. That's all they really want. You guys, it's time to get to the show. My name is Victor, and of course, I will answer questions of any kind. By the way, if you are watching this live, you can answer questions, or you can ask questions, and I will answer them. But today, we are answering a very specific question. And then while I'm answering that question, I can answer your questions. But the question I am answering is from Quicksand. Oh my God. So clever. Quicksand. Anyway, Quicksand. The question that was posed by Quicksand, here it is. I'm going to read it live. Hey, I'm assuming that's what your voice sounds like. Hey, I have a question. End of Days is my favorite movie. Can you tell me, how did you end up there? Please reply, I love your character. All right. Well, that is the question from Quicksand. How did I end up in End of Days? Now, if you don't know what End of Days is, let me tell you what End of Days is. End of Days is a movie where Gabriel Byrne plays the devil. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a New York cop, and he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know it makes no sense. Okay, but it was released around 1999. Okay, so in 1999, there was a big panic, the Y2K panic. Everybody thought that in Y2K, the computers were just going to shut down. All right, the world was going to be like blip off. And so to capitalize on that, also, by the way, people also thought that maybe it was the end of days, which is what the movie's called. All right. And so to capitalize on that, some people released movies that were like around the Y2K panic. One of them was End of Days. I was in that movie. How did I get in that movie? I will tell you right after I show you my main scene in the movie End of Days. Okay. So in the movie End of Days, I appear mainly. I appear in two scenes. One scene I appear in. I'm also in the opening credits. Okay, why am I in the opening credits? I only appear in two scenes. I'll tell you in this story. But okay, so in one scene, that's me. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy. Like, look at this guy. That's me. Okay, so in one story, this is actually my scene. I'm gonna show you my scene, and then I'll tell you what's happening. Okay, so I'm in this scene in End of Days. My wife just rolled by. She's laughing at me. Okay, so in this scene in End of Days, Robin Tunney is running around in the New York. She's on a train. This is like a fake New York train, and I'm like a random homeless guy who rolls up to her in End of Days. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm a random homeless guy. Hold on a second. It looked to be like two question. That's you. Yeah, that's me. That is 100% me. Wow. I know, right? Dope scene. Yeah, it is a great scene in the movie. It's pretty crazy. This is where Arnold Schwarzenegger eventually fights the devil with a rocket launcher, as you do. Anyway, so let's get this scene happening. I want to show you this scene first, and then I will talk about the movie. Hold on, I'm just going to make sure that my audio is hooked up correctly so that you guys are gonna hear the VO or what happens in this movie. Want you to hear the sound. Here we go. This is my main scene. It's Robin Tunney. She's very upset. All right, and then okay, Robin Tunney. She's like looking up at me, and I'm like, this is bad language, by the way.
Here.
I take her money and then I harass her.
Look, I already gave you some money. Can you just move on, please?
He's coming for you. He's coming for you, Christine.
How do you know my name?
He's gonna fuck you. He's gonna fuck you, Christine. Can you see him? Can you see him?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
Fuck you, Christine.
Yeah! Yeah! That's hilarious. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Okay, so that's the scene in the in the movie. Can I tell you guys a couple of things? Okay, first I want to tell you I gotta tell you a couple of things. All right. It's our favorite movie. Really? Really? That's your favorite movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger fights the devil? He would, yes. It's hilarious. First of all, I want to say that, okay, so when I was at the premiere of this movie, I laughed because I had never seen the visual effect. I did not know exactly how it was gonna work. They did a 3D scan of my head and everything, but I didn't know like how it was gonna work. And then when oh my god, I'm hiccuping. I'm so excited. Or I'm drunk. One of the two. Anyway, when I saw that in the theater, I just laughed so hard, and it wasn't like a funny part, right? It was scary. So when I laughed, Arnold Schwarzenegger at the premiere looked at me, and we made eye contact. He looked at me and he was like, "Oh." He didn't say that, but wouldn't that be hilarious? Okay. Anyway, so then how did I end up in End of Days? Let me tell you. Well, the director of End of Days originally was a dude named Marcus Nispel. And when I first moved to New York City, this happened in 1999. It is now 2020. I've been here for over 20 years. But when I first moved to New York City, I was like hanging out, trying to get seen, blah, 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 blah. I'm a, actor, comedian, blah, blah, blah. I want people to see me. So I was hanging out, and there was a nightclub that I used to go to, and I'm a good dancer. I'm really good. Like, check this out. That's amazing. Okay, so I was a really good dancer. So I hung out at nightclubs, and every once in a while at nightclubs, I don't know if you guys know this subculture about good dancers that exists, but here's the subculture that actually exists. Okay, so if you can dance well, nightclubs treat you better than everybody else. It's like sub-celebrity. So if you're in a nightclub that's a dancey nightclub, then often they will treat you better than everybody else. In the case of when I got this job on End of Days, what happened was a guy who was casting for Marcus Nispel, who is a director, a guy who was casting for him, saw me dancing at this nightclub, and at this nightclub I was dancing like on a stage because they had like an area where only good dancers could go. Because if you're like a lame regular person with like normal rhythm, then you couldn't go on the stage. But if you're awesome, you could go on the stage. So I was on the awesome stage, okay? And this guy was like, hey, I'm casting for a music video for Elton John. They're looking for people who are pale. I'm an albino, so check. And then they want people who are great with movement. And I was like, okay, yeah, I could do that. Elton John. Anyway, let me show you the clip of me from the music video with Elton John, directed by Marcus Nispel. You will note the lighting looks very similar to the movie End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So here we go. Hold on a second. Let me see what what Haywood said. That's hilarious. You laughed at the premiere. Yes, that is true. I did laugh. It was hilarious. Granted, you are 100% right. Okay, so I queued up exactly where the video is. Okay, so here we go. Boom. All right. So this is my big part in Elton John's music video. Recover Your Soul. That's me in a diaper, dressed as an angel. And then there I am playing with the phonograph, I guess. I come back later, but that's not the important part. The important part is that we're all in diapers. A true story that happened while we were all in diapers. At one point, Elton John, when he first showed up to the set, so we shot all this stuff with the phonograph without Elton John. Like, if you notice, there's so many scenes in this video where there's no Elton John, okay? He's at the piano. That's what he shot. But then everything else, Elton John was not present on set for. But when Elton John showed up and we were shooting that stuff, they were like, line up. Elton John wants to see everyone. So we lined up, and then Elton John looked us up and down like half naked. He looked at everybody. And as you can see in this music video, at the time, I was really, I was working out a little bit. I wasn't like the most fit guy, but I was in really good shape. And Elton John looked me up and down, and he touched my chest, and he said, beautiful. And that is my entire experience with Elton John. There was not more than that. I promise. Anyway, so Marcus Nispel, director of Elton John's Recover Your Soul. By the way, I'm near the end of this story, so if you have other questions and you're out there watching and you have other questions, let me know. But I'm near the end of the how I got in the movie End of Days story. All right, so Marcus Nispel, director of Recover Your Soul, he came up to me and he was like, I loved what you did. Because there was one point where, so there was a guy who was renting out all of these antique looking things that we were posing with. And so this is an antique phonograph. Like, it was worth like at least tens of thousands of dollars. But Marcus Nispel was like, go crazy with it. And so at one point I decided, wouldn't it be hilarious if I put my foot on it? So then you can see here, I put my foot on the phonograph. Now, the prop guy was losing his mind. He was like, what the hell are you doing? All right. And I was like, and Marcus Nispel was like, this is great. That's exactly what he sounded like, an elf. I'm just kidding. He sounded like a real person, but that's how I imagined him. He was so happy about it. He was having such a good time. Anyway, so Rocket Man, call you beautiful. I haven't seen Rocket Man yet. Don't get the reference. Okay, so Marcus Nispel was so happy that months later, he was like, Victor. Now, this is more like what he sounds like, because he was German or something. And he's like, Victor, I'm going to be directing this movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want you to be in it. And I was like, okay, tell me about the movie. And he's like, it's called In the Days. The Devil Comes to New York. I want you to be an angel. So I was playing an angel in the movie, but here's the thing. Marcus Nispel got fired. So before the movie began, like 2 weeks before I was supposed to show up to the movie, he gets fired because the studio, I think it was Universal, they were like, we want to see the dailies, like the day to day, like every time you shoot, we want to see the dailies and give you feedback. And then Marcus Nispel is an artist. I mean, look at this. Look at the stuff he does. Look at this stuff. Okay, he's an arty farty. Okay, and he was like, "You're not going to see my dailies." And so Universal was like, "Well, you're first time director, so here's the door." So they showed him the door, and then a new guy came on. His name was Peter Hyams. Previously, he was going to be the director of photography for End of Days, but suddenly he was the director. And he's not a bad director. I mean, End of Days is highly entertaining, very entertaining movie. There's Josh Rogers. What is Josh Rogers saying? He's saying, going to watch that Elton John video after this, didn't know that. Yeah, that's how it started, with the Elton John music video. And Haywood, he was pretty big music video director, right? Yes. Why do you talk like that? He was pretty big music video director, right? Wasn't he a pretty... It doesn't matter. Yeah, he was a pretty big music video director. His name is Marcus Nispel. So anyway, so Peter Hyams, he was like... when he saw the script, whatever, they cut my part down to 2 scenes. So instead of being this character, I was basically like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Yoda originally in the movie. I was supposed to be hanging out and be like, oh, if you really want to fight the devil, you must believe. I'm just pretending that I was doing a Yoda voice. I wasn't actually Yoda, but I felt like I was Yoda because I was in the movie enough and I would advise him. But they cut all that out. So that's why I'm still in the opening credits, because my part was bigger initially, and my agent negotiated for me to have like an opening title credit. Anyway, so then we get to the movie. Instead of being one of the lead characters in the movie, I was like in 2 scenes. One scene is just like an extra. I'm an extra. So in one scene, Arnold Schwarzenegger is walking around, and they cut to a homeless guy, and it's me. And I'm like, I remember what I was doing. I was like I had a hot cart, and there was I was digging in the cart or something. Anyway, so then after that, they had the one scene in the subway, and here is the funniest thing from all of this. I'm going to tell you that right now. He was a ... What the... Dude, the hell? All right. Giselle. Marcus Nispel also did the video for Spiderwebs from No Doubt, I think. He may have. He also ended up directing the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So the first remake of most recent remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Marcus Nispel directed it. I love horror movies, so nice. So here's a really funny coda to this whole story. So, of course, I have the DVD to End of Days. Of course I do. And I listened to the director's commentary of End of Days. And on the director's commentary, the director, Peter Hyams, talks about me. Here's the best part. Until I watched the director's commentary for a movie that I was in with a director who I was not familiar with, I did not know that some directors completely bullshit. So when I come on the screen, he goes, this actor who is talking to Robin Tinney right now. He's a classically trained Shakespearean actor, which is a complete lie. I am not classically trained, nor am I a Shakespearean actor. He fucking straight up lied. Wow. He lied. And I was like everything I knew about filmmaking, because this is like my first big movie. So everything I knew about filmmaking was completely shattered at that moment. I was like, what? They can lie in these? And he did. He totally lied. It's not a classical complaints. I was clearing it up. He was a pretty big music video. Oh, I get it. Got it. All right. And then lots of laughs from Haywood. Thank you, Haywood, for laughing. Anyway, that's a pretty good story, I think. Thank you guys for looking at listening to the story, including those people who watched on Twitter, Facebook, and of course, let's not forget good old YouTube. YouTubbles, as I call it in the streets. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm going to leave now. If you have any questions, just send me a question online and I'll probably make one of these videos. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.